What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Kyle from Critical Kingdom here, coming at you with a Retribution 5.4.7 guide. Making this guide for season 15, mainly because there's not a lot of information about Ret Paladins. I really they're not a really popular class to play, and I just wanted to bring the attention to some of you that they're actually a pretty good class. So right now I'm gonna get into the talents and glyphs. Now I'm gonna show you guys the rotation, some macros that will be useful, and some gameplay. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first I'm gonna show you guys the talents and glyphs. I already recorded this video before, but it was very long. It was like over 20 minutes. Because I took too long on the talents and glyphs. So I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly. So if you have a question, just leave it in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to help you with that. So we have the level 15 talents right here. So I personally go with speed of light. This is basically a sprint for 8 seconds. This is really helpful for getting out of tricky situations and running around pillars and kiting. Or you can use long arm of the law. Some people use this. It's pretty popular. And basically whenever you judgment, which is one of your main abilities, that spell right there, you get a 45% sprint for 3 seconds. So it's debatable, and some people even use Pursuit of Justice. So whatever one fits you best, or fits your comp best, I would use that. Going on to your level 30 talents. For Retribution Paladins, you're definitely going to want Fist of Justice. It's a 30-second stun, and it's really great for stunning healers or CC in general. The other two are mainly for Holy Paladins or Protection Paladins. So that's that. Getting on the 45, you're going to want Selfless Healer. Basically, Selfless Healer, whenever you do damage or one of your abilities, let's see if I can get this up. I see Selfless Healer 2. Basically, it reduces the cast time and mana cost of your Flash of Lights, which is your main healing spell. So as you can see, that Flash of Light was only like half a second, and it basically healed me 84k. So that's that. You really want to use that. Sacred Shield, that's... I personally have never used it, but I know how good Selfless Healer is, so I would recommend Selfless Healer to anyone. Basically, for how much healing it does. For 60, this depends on your arena comp. If your Clemency is really good because you give 2 charges of Hand of Sacrifice, which basically reduces damage to a teammate by 30%. Hand of Freedom, which basically allows you not to get impaired movement speed wise, and Hand of Protection, which is really good because you can get your teammate out of trouble or get yourself out of trouble. So that's really good and helpful, and 2 Hand of Freedoms is very, very helpful in my opinion, at least. I can use Hand of Freedom with the 70% sprint I have and easily get around pillars, so I don't get messed up with movement impairing effects. So I use Clemency. That's just for kiting and being a support class to my other teammates. For 75, this is debatable also. I use Holy Avenger, but Sanctified Wrath, that basically is a really long Avenging Wrath, and you basically have a 2-second cooldown for, I think it's 2 seconds? Well, 2.5-second cooldown instead of 5 seconds for Hammer of Wrath. So you basically use Hammer of Wrath a lot. So you basically hit F, 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 or whatever your keybind is for Hammer of Wrath. So Sanctified Wrath doesn't do as much damage, but it does more damage over time. So, like I said, whatever fits your comp best. For 90, I use Execution Sentence, but there is downsides to Execution Sentence. One of the good sides is if you use it on yourself, it actually heals you. It's not showing, but wait, right here, you can see 15k, 8k, 9k. So say if I'm kiting, I can use that, heal me up with Word of Glory and Flash of Light. So that's another really good way for Paladins to heal. Or if you put it on an enemy target, it does damage there. So instead of 15k healing, do 15k damage. Then it does a lot of damage when it gets hit at the end. But it is dispellable, which is the only downside. A lot of teams in the lower rating won't dispel it. But if you're really looking to get higher rating as a Retribution Paladin, I'm not sure. You would have to try out whatever's best for you and see how it works. So let's get into the glyphs. First glyph I want to show you is Glyph of Templar's Verdict. You take 10% less damage for 6 seconds after dealing damage with Templar's Verdict or Exorcism. Those two abilities are two of your 4 or 5 main abilities, so you're really going to want to use this glyph unless you're going, unless something else really benefits your comp. I really don't think, I can't think of any other glyph that you would take, that you wouldn't take Templar's Verdict. So this is very, very good. A lot of damage reduced right there. Your second glyph, I use Word of Glory. Usually you use around 3 to 5 holy power with Word of Glory, so you get 9 to 15% damage increase for 6 seconds, which is really good if you're bursting. Then you heal up real quick with the Word of Glory. Since it's instant, it's very fast, and the extra damage can be a big help. And third one, it's really up to you. That's your preference. I don't have the correct glyphs in now, but I use Avenging Wrath. This isn't the best glyph. I would probably use Double Jeopardy, excuse me. But I would, like I said, up to you. Protector of the Innocent. This would work well too. You just got to see what you like and see what fits well. So that's the talents and glyphs. Let's go ahead and get into the gemming and gear. Then we'll get into the rotation. For your gear, basically you're going to do two things. You're going to want to gem a lot of haste. If you look up the top 100 Retribution Paladins, they have a shit ton of haste. Or, once again, this is debatable, is your preference. You could gem Mastery. Mastery will give you a lot more damage, so basically it's up to whether you like a lot more damage or attack speed. Like I said, haste is usually more beneficial, but Mastery is not a no-no in all cases. So that's that, and you want to gem off all the critical strike and, only have 3% hit chance and 3% expertise for 90 targets. This is for PvP. That's about that for enchants. You're just going to want, the regular strength enchants, mastery enchant, for your gloves, 170 strength. For your meta gem, you're going to want 216 strength and 3% increased critical chance. And for your blue or, any other gem, you're going to want to use purple, the mixed 80 strength and 80 PvP power. So that's about that. Well, that's about it. Excuse me. For your cape, 180 critical chance because there's not, much you can do enchanting cape. And that's about it. 80 stats for your chest. I'm just gonna, most of this is self-explanatory. So that's that. Let's go ahead and get into the rotation right now. All right, for the rotation, it is pretty. I wouldn't call it complicated, but it's not a hunter. So basically, your main 3 abilities is Judgment, Crusader Strike, Exorcism, and then these 3 abilities right here generate Holy Power. You can use this Holy Power with Word of Glory, or Templar's Verdict, or Inquisition, which I'll explain in a second here. So say I was running up to a target. I'm going to open with Judgment, Exorcism, and Crusader Strike. It doesn't have to be in this order, but Judgment is always first because it applies the dots. So before I explain anything else, you have these 4 seals. For Retribution, you're either going to be using Justice or Truth. Truth basically applies Censor, which is a dot that can stack up, which can do a lot of damage. So you're going to want to use Censor against melee DPS, or basically people that aren't going to kite you. So it's not a very good idea to use this against casters. For casters and people that are actually going to try to kite you, you're going to want to use Justice, which reduces the target's movement speed, which can be very helpful. So when you're opening with a Ret, after you decide on what seal you're going to be using, you're going to want to get your Holy Power. So you have 3. Alright, so I have 5 Holy Power. So I'm going to use Inquisition. Inquisition basically applies a buff to your Paladin, which gives him extra critical chance and Holy Power. Not Holy Power, Holy Damage. So it basically makes you do a lot more damage than usual. See 160k crit just easily like that. So after you have that up, basically you do a lot more damage and you have a lot more crits. So after you get full holy power again, you're going to use Templar's Verdict. And once you use Templar's Verdict and Exorcism, you'll have 10% reduced damage in Arena, which can be very helpful. So basically make sure you have Inquisition up at all times, and just dump your holy power off on either Word of Glory if you're low health, or Templar's Verdict for your main damage ability. And then when targets are below 20% health, you want to use Hammer of Wrath. So say I'm low health, I'm 100k health, and I want to get away. Like I said, going back to the level 15 talents, Speed of Light, I would run away, pop the sprint with Hand of Freedom, so I can't be slowed, and I would usually go around a pillar and use Word of Glory, and I would usually have a Selfless Healer proc or something like that. When you're kiting, it's always good to use Judgment and Exorcism, because these abilities give you holy power, and you don't have to be in melee distance when using them. So you basically get holy power and Selfless Healer stacks, which amount to more healing. So say I would run around, Judgment right there, and I would have Justice on, so it would slow them, and I could run around the pillar and heal up, as much as I needed to. So that's that. I really don't think I need to explain much. Your main abilities are, your shield, protection. These are my cooldowns: Avenging Wrath, Guardian of Ancient Kings, and I'll show you my one-shot, my macros right now. I'm not a big macro person. Obviously, I do not have this Paladin fully set up. So one macro that I'm going to put in the description is cancelaura. Basically what this does is takes off your Divine Shield or Hand of Protection. So say that I'm about to die. I have 100k health. So I'd pop Hand of Protection, heal up. Say the 2 people on me or 3 people on me, switch over to my teammate, and I'm sitting here looking like an idiot with Hand of Protection. I could use that macro, which I have keybinded, Control F, and that would take it off so I can get right back into the action. Say if they're not on me anymore, and I can heal up. So that's that. I would definitely recommend using that macro so you don't have to click off any of your shields, because with Hand of Protection you can't attack anything, so that really messes up your damage, and Divine Shield reduces your damage by 50%. So if you're not under pressure, there's no reason to have that on anymore. So I'll show you my one shot. Basically Avenging Wrath, Guardian of the Ancient Kings, Holy Avenger, and your Trinket. So the Trinket gives you extra strength for 20 seconds. Holy Avenger makes your holy damage. What does it do? Yeah, abilities that generate holy power will deal 30% extra damage and healing and generate 3 charge of. Yeah, so basically you can do a lot of Templar's Verdicts, and it deals 30% more damage. Avenging Wrath and Wings. Everyone knows Wings. And Guardian of Ancient Kings. I'll show you guys what that does right now. So say if I pop my one shot, I don't even have Inquisition up. We'll get Inquisition up. Then I'll use Execution Sentence, because that's another dot. And then I'll use Hammer of Wrath, because you can use that above 20% with Avenging Wrath. So as you can see, I should be getting these stacks. But basically, the Guardian gives you these stacks of ancient power. It increases your strength. I think it's maximum 20% strength. So it actually does damage and increases your strength by up to 20%, which is crazy. So all these spells together make a crazy burst and do a lot of damage. That's that. So would I recommend a Paladin or Retribution Paladin for 2s or 3s, or whatever you're doing? I would say yes or no depending on your comp. Retribution Paladins are mainly a support class. They do a lot of healing, and especially off healing. Their off healing abilities are pretty good. When I'm using Word of Glory on someone or Flash of Light, I'm pretty sure it does more healing to other people. So, say, I'm just healing this guy. 90k, 125k, 100k. And like I said, I can just keep doing that with my Holy Power. So it Retribution Paladins are a very heavy support class. So if you're looking for something like that in your threes comp, yeah, sure, why not? They don't do the damage I'm looking for, but they still are a very good class, and nothing to mess with the 30-second stun, the instant AoE CC, binding light, and all the other helpful abilities that they have. So that's the rotation. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of gameplay of me messing around, and yeah, that's that. I will see you guys in the gameplay in a second. So I hopped on PTR to show you guys some games since the arena season's down. I wish some enhanced shaman. I just found him in trade chat. So if he's bad, excuse me. There's actually a lot of scrubs on PTR, believe it or not. But okay, we're gonna see if we can get a kill out of this druid. See how good he is. But I'm actually on a Torn Paladin. The only difference is the racial, which I have War Stomp. So let's see if I can pull this off. I'm gonna use Seal of Justice. Alright. 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 Is he bursting? Okay. Druid is already using all the cooldowns. So he is dying actually very quickly, so I'm gonna heal him up. Alright, let's get some good heals in there. Go ahead and stun him. Get some more heals on him. Oh shit. Mess that up. He is dying. Man. Alright. I'm going ham. After I put... Okay, there we go. I'm gonna trinket that. Or stomp. We're gonna have to heal up in a second here. Come on, let's get it. Dead. Alright. Put hand of protection on me. Get a little heal up. Bam. Alright. Let's go ahead and kite this warrior. It's a very nice kill. Even shroud him, which is very weird. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and CC him. Get Inquisition up. I already have shield wall up, so I'm gonna wait the burst right here. I don't even think I'm gonna need the burst. Kill him. I'm not gonna trinket this. I should have though. Alright, go up there and trinket. I don't even think I'm gonna need the burst. Oh, actually I am. He is running from me. That's cute. Alright, I'm gonna bubble right here. Make sure I can get to the look, you gotta love it. Alright, he's dead. And the combat rogue has no cooldowns left. So this should be fairly easy. I'm gonna go get away with speed of light. Heal up a little bit. Full health. Okay, that's cool. Alright. I don't have my enemy frames up, so I can't really see where he's at. Which is bad. I'm gonna War Stomp. Get another stun on him. Put myself up. Alright. Get away from this. And he's dead. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. I tried, if I missed anything, I will put it in text somewhere up on the screen. So that's about it. I explained basically everything. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a question below in the comments section, because I did try to go through this pretty quickly because I don't want the video to be too long. So that's about it. Check out the links below in the description. You know, leave a like if you enjoyed it, and that's it. Oh yeah, leave a recommendation for any other guide. that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.